Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be learning how to find the perimeter and area of objects like rectangles, triangles, and even squares, etc. So the first thing I want to do is I actually want to experiment with a square. So if I could just draw one, maybe a bit smaller. So about that, it might not be too straight, but around there. I would say is a square, so I'll just kind of erase this and make it a bit more straight if I can. That's okay if I can't. Yeah, that's about it. But anyways, this is a square, but I'll also teach you how you can tell it's a square. Well, you know a square, this is a square if all the sides are equal. So they are. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And hold that thought because that is actually how we're going to find the perimeter and area. So we need to know these sides, all the side measurements to find the perimeter, and that's what we're going to start with. So we know that all these sides are 3 centimeters, and basically we're just going to add them all up. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And I can just also do 3 times 4, but that will also equal 12 centimeters. So now we know the perimeter, or just P for short. Let me just do this. I'll just do 12 centimeters equals perimeter, P for short. So this is the perimeter, but let's use the exact same object and let's kind of draw a square here. It doesn't matter if it's straight or not because you already know how it looks. So basically, we actually don't need all the sides here. Knowing that it's a square, we could just do 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters. The length and the width, all we need. So basically from here, we're going to use our multiplication skills and we're going to do 3 times 3. So that will equal 9 centimeters. And now we know that the square's area is 9 centimeters, A for short. So we know the perimeter and the area. But now that we know that, let's actually do another example. So I'm going to do a rectangle this time, and let's kind of make it maybe 4 as the length and bits like this. Might not be so straight, but anyways, we now know how to do the perimeter, but it's not exactly the same. And basically how you find the sides is you count these cubes that we know of, because these we're assuming are centimeters. But anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be about 4 centimeters. So this is a rectangle for sure because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And versus 4 centimeters. If it was 4 centimeters here, then it would definitely be a square, but we know 4 centimeters and 5 centimeters. Therefore, we don't even need to know these two sides. We already know that this one would be 5 centimeters because they're the exact same length. Here, the width is the exact same length, and the length is the exact same length, so 4 centimeters. So now we could just add them all up. 5 plus 4, which will equal 9 centimeters, plus 4 plus 5, which will equal another 9 centimeters. And this will equal 18 centimeters. So I'll just put 18 centimeters equals P for short as perimeter. And how to find the area. We can just kind of draw it a bit straighter here. Doesn't need to be too straight. I'll just kind of, let's see. 5 by 4 and another 5. But anyways, you know what I mean. So we only need to know 5 and the 4. So 4 centimeters and 5 centimeters. Always remember to put your measurements. And also, I forgot to tell you that 8 centimeters squared, because this is you just add square anyways, because we know that it is a 2D shape, and we'll get into volume. because volume would be like this, but that's a bit more complicated, and that would be centimeters cubed, which is a 3. So anyways, we don't need to focus on that. So 4 times 5, which will equal 20 centimeters cubed, not cubed, squared, not cubed. So that will equal area. And yeah, that's how you do a rectangle, but let's do one more. This one will be a triangle, and let's make it a bit bigger. Let's kind of do that. So how do we find the perimeter of this? As you know, it would be a bit hard to do so. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make this into a square, or not a square, a rectangle, or what this is known as a parallelogram / rhombus. So basically what you want to do from here is you kind of just want to divide it in half after you find the area. So now you can kind of find the area here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be about 5 centimeters, let's just say, if you're giving one measurement. And this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. So it would actually be a cube if you were to move it into this format. But it's still a parallelogram. And this is also a parallelogram. But anyways, this is also a rhombus. So now 5 times 5, to find the area, let's do first 25 centimeters. We would want to divide that by 2 centimeters, or 2, just in general, and 2 divided by 25. Well, if we take this, I'll just quickly do the math here, and how much does 2 go into 5? It goes in 2 times. Let me just kind of sum it up here. It will be 2.5 or 2.50 centimeters, and that will be our area. So what about our perimeter? Well, we could just kind of put it over here, and 5, 5, 5, 5, which will be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, also known as 20 centimeters, and we want to divide that by 2. From here, we can basically just do it in our head, and that will equal 10. And that is how you find the area and perimeter of triangles, rectangles, and squares, as well as other shapes. Thank you for joining me.